Hey, what's up everyone, it's Patrick, and welcome to my guide to Pieces of Hate on RuneScape 3. On screen right now is everything you need to prepare yourself for this quest. If you're an Ironman, there will be a slide right after this that explains where to get everything. Green text is what you actually need, the white text are side notes and things I recommend. I would suggest getting everything before starting the quest, but keep everything in your bank for the time being, as you won't be allowed to bring anything. I will tell you when to get them, and there will be a good opportunity in the bank when the time comes, but not necessarily to make any pit stops, not even to Grand Exchange. That's why you should still have them beforehand. Maybe you can even make a bank preset to quickly grab everything, but I'll put up the list of items again later. This is for the Ironmen. This is the exact same list of stuff with additional white text explaining where to get everything. I think everything is self-explanatory, so if you need this, feel free to pause the video as I'm going to get into it. Assuming you have all the requirements, the first step of this quest happens when you try to enter a house portal. Doesn't even have to be where your house actually is. Post DP will stop you and give you a letter. Read that letter and accept the quest. You might have done this step already randomly or have the letter in your bank if you tried to enter a house previously. If you haven't, just do it at the house portal in Remington. You can easily get there by using the Port Sound lodestone and running west. Remember, you can't have anything on you, so if you want to use some other teleport, it's got to disappear, or you have to be willing to get rid of it after you use it. I don't have a clip of this step because I did it randomly some time ago, mainly because Post DP wouldn't leave me alone until I did. After starting the quest, you can destroy a letter and go to this building in the southeast corner of Remington, which is why I told you to start the quest at the Remington house portal. Anyways, speak to the customs officer and select the chapters you run on screen. Oh yes, put me in a cell with a hole in the wall. Speak to Bill Teach in the cell to the east. Speak to Two-Eyed Eric in the cell to the west and select the chapters run on screen. Use Eric's hook in your inventory on the bed in your cell to get a piece of cloth, then use the cloth on the hook to combine them. Go outside towards the dock to the east. There will be a fishing spot here. Use the hook and cloth combo on the fishing spot to get a fish. Head back to the area outside your cell. Use the fish on the perch rock to attract the seagull and finish that conversation. Use the fish on your cell door. Then use the hook on your cell door. Exit the cell and go towards the southwest corner of the room. Click on one of these barrels to push them, which will block the door. Use the hook on the door to Bill Teach's cell. Search the desk. Search the locker and put on 3 pieces of uniform. Investigate the crates to the east to get a small crate. Use the wooden spoon on the crate to make a trap, then use a cheese sandwich on it to bait it. Use the baited trap on the rat hole in Bill Teach's cell and select the chapters right on screen. Use the guard's key on the cell to the west, which should free everyone else in this area, and finish the dialogue. Attempt to open the door to the south. Speak to Madame She next to the door. Speak to Jimmy the parrot, person, not actual parrot. Open the door again. Investigate the poster next to the stairs. Climb the stairs. Attempt to open the door to the southwest. Use the pineapple on the puddle of slime to the south. Use a sticky pineapple on Wilson the rat. Use Pineapple Wilson on the same door. You can now open the door and search the closest bed to north to find keys. Open the next door. Head back out of this room, and there are multiple lockers to the north. Search those until you find some rum. Go back to the room in the northwest corner with the green things. Right click the rum, use it on the strange egg to the west, and select option 1 that says, "Yes, I'm the god of hellfire." If you drink it by accident, you can get another one from the lockers. Climb up the stairs to the east and finish all the dialogue. Go to the dock to the east. Click on the end of the dock or the pier to dive off, and select the captions right on screen afterwards. You will now be on Mos Le'Harmless, which there's a bank here so you can get the stuff that you need for the quest. I believe your inventory should already be emptied out, but if you somehow still have everything on you from what you did before, you don't need it. You also won't need food just yet. Just keep that in the bank still so you have free inventory spaces. Feel free to pause this if you need it, as I'm going to move on. When you're ready, go to bar to northwest. Sit in the chair in the northeast corner and select option 1 that says a long drop. Continue this dialogue and select the captions right on screen. Go to Gertrude and Varrock. You can easily get there using a skills necklace, a cooking guild, a regular Varrock teleport, or the Varrock lodestone. Speak to Gertrude and select the option to ask about a pet for the zombie head. This could be a different number depending on what you may or may not have done, so just look for it. Speak to Philip. Head to Lumberyard. You can use a Lumberyard teleport, Wicked Hood teleport to Earth Altar, or just walk from Gertrude. Search the jingling crates until you get options and select what's written on screen. There's more than one jingling crate, so make sure you look around, similar to how it was in Gertrude's cat. Go to the area in Karamja shown by yellow marker. Quickest way to get there would be to use the Karamja lodestone and head south. When you get close enough, the head will stop you. Just continue that dialogue and select option 1 to put the zombie head down. Speak to the zombie pirate head again and select the captions right on screen. Go back to Mos Le'Harmless. You should be able to take a charter ship there from anywhere. Easiest one to get to would probably be in Port Sarum, or you can make your way to Port Phasmatis. Easiest way to get there would be use the Ectofile and go to the boat all the way to the east. Cross the gangplank. Speak to Pirate here and select option 1 that says yes. Once you're here, go to the bank. Do not get rid of anything. Fill up whatever remaining spaces you have with food, possibly emergency teleport as well. You get into a fight soon that's not a safe death. Head back to the bar to the northwest. Sit in the chair in the northeast corner and select option 1, a long drop. Finish the dialogue. Climb back up the ladder. Go to the area that I'm going to the southwest. You can see it highlighted on my mini map. It might be highlighted on yours as well. Row the rowboat and select option 1, yes. Enter a door to the south. It might be kind of hard to see, but it's on the lowest level, so don't go up the stairs. Kill all 4 tentacles around the ship, but this isn't a big deal. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to the hard fight so you know what to expect. Maybe you even want to watch the video first before you finish off the tentacles. So you got to kill this guy, Zogoth or whatever. I got a few tips for you written on screen. Stay within melee range to avoid a tight list damage attack from the tentacles. Move away from the water jet attack to avoid being pushed to the back of the boat. He's basically blasting a stream of water from his mouth or something. Move away from the shadows on the floor when Zogoth shields itself to avoid an acid spray attack, which occurs at 50% and 25% HP. The acid will follow you around until the attack ends. Be sure to keep your HP up. I almost died a few times because these attacks can just stack on top of each other really quickly. You can use Soul Split, which I recommend, or Protect from melee. If you die, you should be able to get back by using the rowboat and Mos Le'Harmless. You'll be back in Mos Le'Harmless. This part's real fun. I recommend grabbing more food from your bank. You can watch the video first, but I would recommend you start moving around and at least start killing things while you listen to me. I'm putting up a map on screen of different areas you have to deal with and the names that identify them. I would start the main gate area to the north. You'll see that some of these names match what you see on the top left corner of your own screen right now. You won't see all these areas at first because this happens in waves. So after you get through the first wave, more areas will come up, but regardless of what wave you're on, if you look at your screen next to those areas, in the written text to the right are basically instructions on what you have to do at each area. They can be a little different from each other, but nothing too crazy. Focus on one area at a time, and in any particular area, first thing you should always do is kill any DKSs, which are the big guys that use the anchors as weapons if they're there, and kill all zombie captains, which I believe are always there. Do not concern yourself with the regular zombies. Trust me, it's a complete waste of time. But after you defeat the DKSs and the captains, there's usually something else random on your task list, like repair the barricades. Just find those and click on them. There's usually 2. Help the pirate to his feet. Just find the pirate laying on the floor and talk to him. Sink the zomboats. They look like submarines sticking out a little bit in the water nearby. You have to repair the nearby cannons in front of them, then shoot it to sink them. When you've completed all the tasks in a given area, it should disappear. Be aware, if you take too long to get through the wave as a whole, some areas will come back on your screen, and some of the things you already did will slowly come back as well, and you have to fully clear everything before you can continue to the next wave. I don't know if it's possible to fail this. I mean, I know if you take too long, some of the skulls also turn red, but I haven't found that to mean anything unless all the skulls have to turn red, which I've never had happen. But whatever, what's the worst they can do? Make you start over? But this is largely why I said to ignore the regular zombies, considering you don't actually have to kill them. The second wave is basically the same thing with just more areas and a few more random tasks. Try to be smart about it though. Don't move around the areas randomly. Try to tackle the closest areas first. The beachhead area, however, has to be done last, by the way. But in general, regardless of the area, make sure all DKS and zombie captains are killed first, just like before. Then do whatever random task it says to do. The same areas from the first wave have the same task, but for new areas, you got one that says destroy the bridges. You'll find 3 bridges near that area that span across the water nearby. Just click on them to destroy them. You have another one that says destroy the cannon. You basically take the cannon apart one piece at a time, so you gotta keep clicking it until you can't anymore, or that area disappears from the side of your screen. The beachhead has to be done last, as mentioned earlier. The task where you have to destroy the ship can only be done if literally everything else is done first. So all the other areas have to be gone from your screen, and you gotta, of course, make sure all the DKS and zombie captains in the beachhead area are gone as well. You'll get a cutscene when successful. Just finish up the dialogue. Before proceeding, do not get rid of anything. Definitely keep all combat gear, and I'll also recommend restocking on food if needed, but leaving 4 free inventory spaces. You eventually get into another fight that's not a safe death. When ready, go to the dock near Port Phasmatis, marked by a yellow marker. You can use an ectofile to get near there, or just take the boat back. Speak to Pirate Pete. Do not use quick travel, and select option 1, talk about pieces of hate. Run around to the side of the building. Climb down the wooden stairs. Go west. Go up these wooden stairs. Go northeast. Listen at the window. Go to a room to southwest. Speak to Davy to receive a barrow chest disguise. Go downstairs. Try to get into an open area to change into disguise by clicking on it in your inventory. You'll need some room to do it. Go southeast. Speak to Captain Donnie and select option 3. Migor is in need of some witchwood to receive 100% Luke's leg. You can ignore further options and take the disguise off by clicking on it in your inventory again. And go to water to northwest. Investigate the perch rock and finish the dialogue. Head back to the south side of the distillery. change into disguise. Go upstairs. Speak to Barrel Chest MK1 and select the captions written on screen. Go downstairs, speak to Captain Donnie and select option 2, Migor wants to see you right now. Go upstairs. Speak to Barrel Chest MK1 again and select option 5, how appropriate you fight like a zombie sea cow. You move out of the way, climb up the ladder in the southeast corner of the room. Head west. There are barrels of rum in the southwest corner. Take it to get it in your inventory. They're on top of the crate. You have to click on them precisely to get the option. Go directly north and take the rum off the top of the crates again in the northwest corner of the room. Block the nearby pressure barrel. Overload the pressure lever next to it. Head to southeast corner of this room. Climb down the ladder. Climb down the wooden stairs. Take off the disguise and go back to the water to the northwest. Investigate Baron and select option 1, Unleash. You basically get to control him now using arrows. You want to move him near the resource dungeon entrance towards the southwest corner of this mountain. And your goal is to drop the bomb on the entrance 3 times by clicking on the middle button with the picture of the bomb on it. Unfortunately, the controls aren't as good as they should be. There does seem to be a slight delay between when you select the controls and when he actually does it. But to be honest, they probably did it on purpose just to make it harder. So I would recommend trying to click it a little before when you actually want to make your move. You also won't be able to hit it by being directly above the entrance. You actually have to be a few paces north of it. I guess maybe because you're so high up. It's not that hard to figure out, just adjust yourself accordingly. Like if you notice that when you drop it from a certain spot, the bomb ends up too far south, okay, so then drop it from a spot a little bit further to the north. Like I said, the goal is to drop the bomb on the entrance 3 times. It does keep count for you to let you know how many times you've done it. After the 3rd hit, you get a cutscene. Speak to Migor and select option 1, set sail for Kraken Tooth Island. In the crate to the south, click on that to get diving gear. Dive into the cracked hole or the big hole in the floor. Go southwest. Jump from the edge. Go southwest to find a ship. You cross over the ship by clicking on the other side. Go northwest and you eventually see what looks like a building on your minimap. That's where you want to go. Be aware, the graphics here might affect people with epilepsy. You can speak to the kitten outside to turn off anything that might affect that by selecting option 1 for yes. I don't know what happens. I assume just some bright flickering effect. I don't have epilepsy, but I don't like looking at those effects regardless, and I definitely didn't want to record it, so I turned it off anyways. You'll get into a pretty tough fight, so maybe you want to watch the video first. When you're ready, pass through the shimmering barrier and go through a dialogue. You have to defeat Rabbit Jack a total of 4 times. After each time, you have to loosen one of the chains in the 4 corners of the room. During the fight, there are these black hands that spawn that can deal a lot of damage to you. Stand as close as you can to either the north, south, west, or east wall or the doorway to avoid being damaged or stunned by the hands. Jack can also stun you. Using the defense abilities, Freedom or Anticipation can help you out with that, but you only really need those if you need to move. You should really avoid running from him if you don't have to reduce the frequency of this attack. You can drink rum from the barrels in the room to reduce insanity. Insanity is indicated by a black cat debuff icon and will cause Jack hallucinations to spawn and the camera to spin if it becomes too high. Apparently, you're supposed to drink as soon as the debuff icon appears, but I didn't do this at all. I didn't really try to kill the hallucinations either, but I did use those attacks to target entire areas, so some of them took damage and died. For prayers, you can use Soul Split, which I recommend, or Protect from melee. If you die, you can come back by using the same rowboat from earlier in the southwest corner of Mos Le'Harmless. This is not a safe death. After fighting cutscene, speak to Madam Shi and select option 5. Let's go. Go to the same bar from earlier. You'll need 6 free inventory spaces, by the way. Sit in the chair in the northeast corner and select option 1, a long drop. Continue the conversation downstairs, and as long as you have 6 free inventory spaces, that'll be the end of the quest. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for future videos to come if you haven't already. Catch you later. Peace.